Alright,
Here's my next oh, you got it, babe?
Spyro Year of the Dragon.
You guys are dicks. You left me.
You know what? Spyro Year of the Dragon was, which version? The PlayStation 1, the PlayStation 2 is a Game Boy version.
PlayStation 1. All day long.
The PlayStation 1 version was fucking astounding. I hated how clunky it was, but for a game, it was good.
Yep. I went back recently and played it, and I had just as much fun.
Oh,
Gabe, we're perfect.
There are games like that. I do at least a once a month run of I do a once a month speed run of Metroid Prime 1. Like I'll get up early in the morning.
Dude, I do at least twice. I do at least 3 times a month speed run of fucking Super Mario 64.
Well,
what's your PB, bro? What's your P, bro?
What's my what?
PB.
PB?
Personal best.
Personal best.
My personal best was a world record. It's not anymore. My personal best was an hour 24. Current world record. For Metro, dude, current world record is an hour 16.
100% or
100%, yes.
I don't remember that ever being hit, but yeah. I mean, I didn't look into Metroid's speedrun community. I know that right now, I am 4.5 minutes behind Cheezo 5 for the world record for Super Mario 64.
Nice.
Did I say 4? No, I definitely meant 14.
I wasn't even attacking you, you asshole. Coming.
I absolutely meant 14. I am not that good. Cheezo 5 runs like a fucking robot, dude.
Yeah, I'm 8 minutes off of the world record, and I can't get it back.
I ran 100% completion on Year of the Dragon, and like every gem found, every dragon found, everything done in 6 hours and 13 minutes. Would be a world record if I could prove it, but I do not know where that fucking memory card is.
You can't, well, you also cannot prove it unless you play through it in front of AGDQ.
Wrong.
Fucking hell, I'll never be able to run that
Wrong.
again.
Wrong.
No, things have changed with AGDQ.
No.
You have to play in front of them.
AGDQ is not even a standardized method of speedrunning. It is a speedrun community stream. That is it. You need to go to either Speed Demons or any kind of Speed Demon archive, anything like that, and you can have it verified.
Oh, I did mine on AGDQ and it got verified as a world record, which, like I said before, it is no longer because someone beat me out by 8 minutes.
If you do it with them live or on the screen, it's a confirmation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they have.
If you want to be good.
Yeah. If you want to be.
I'm okay with that. I dealt massive damage to him. I can live with that.
No, everything about that was good damage stuff.
I see. The thing is, I would absolutely love to do my speedrun again for Metroid Prime, and I would love to beat the record again. But that would mean I'd have to beat it.
Uh-oh.
How fast would I have to beat it?
Gabe, stay alive. 20 seconds. Aww.
If I were going to beat the record again, I believe I would have to beat it by about 2 minutes. And I don't know if that's possible, even with a full glitch speed run.
Alright, I gotta get going to bed. It's going on 4 in the morning.
Alright, anyways.
Hey, you should stay. Oh, never mind. Never mind.
Yeah, I have class at 11.
You know what? I'm gonna do this for the sake of doing this because number 6 is Twilight Princess for me. And
do you guys know mine at all?
I mean, do I need hold up a sec. Do I even need to say why Twilight Princess would be in my top 10?
You have to explain why it's higher than Ocarina of Time.
It's not, it's tied.
Why? Explain that.
It's tied because, honestly, Twilight Princess, to me, had a better soundtrack than OOT.
Are you serious? Dude. Twilight Princess didn't have anything near on par with the Bolero of Fire.
I didn't like the Bolero of Fire. The only, I like Saga Storms, but that's overrated and nobody gives a shit.
Hey man, that can make you guys all cry. Something's on my mind.
Ocarina of Time wasn't that good. That wouldn't make me cry. Everybody has an opinion. You're just wrong.
I have never, ever played any of those games.
That's it. I'm out of this party. I can't be here anymore.
Alright, bye.
I'm kidding.
Grow up.
I'm
PC.
fucking joking. Fuck you. But no, it's tied with Ocarina of Time. Both of their stories were fantastic. I put Twilight Princess's soundtrack over Ocarina of Time for most of their songs. I admit there were a few that absolutely were not better than OOT. But, like, that's just my opinion, and everybody's personal opinion is different.
Yeah, that's why I don't get mad when people are like, I haven't played a Zelda game. I'm like, alright. I mean, that kind of sucks for you because you're missing out, but...
I've never played Legend of the Dragoon because I can't find a copy where I'm at under $100 fucking dollars. And will not pay
eBay,
that
you
price.
can find it for $4 on eBay.
The last time I bought a copy of anything from eBay, it never showed up.
Yeah, I'm telling you, find a verified user, because people that play that game want other people to play that game. I have never been cheated out of that game on eBay, and I bought 8 copies. Every time I move, it happens to get lost, and I get pissed off and just buy a fucking another one.
But yeah, that's my whole, that's my top 6. I just
So here's my next one. All right, here's the next top 5 thing.
You got on you got.
Oh,
Yeah, I got
my top
5. So it's not top 5. It's bottom 5. The 5 worst video games you have ever played in your entire life, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna kick us off with Silent Hill Origins. I'm up at 5. Silent Hill Origins. The reason it's at the bottom of my list, right? I've played every Silent Hill game, beginning to end, 100% at all of them. The reason Origins is at the bottom and will never move is because it takes everything you learn of the lore, the backstory, all of the characters, everything you ever learned about Silent Hill, and it throws it out the window.
Yep.
And it's absolute trash. And anytime anybody asks me about that game, I tell them to leave me alone. I fucking hate that game. I hate that game so much.
Next.
Kane and Lynch.
Oh shit.
I've never heard of that game, and I don't know if I want to know.
Wait, I'm pretty sure it's an Xbox 360 game, right?
Yep.
Yep.
What the fuck?
Alright, so why do you hate it?
It's pretty much a GTA knockoff, except it fails at it in every sense of the word fail. There is no part of that game that succeeds. The driving is clunky, the walking is clunky, the shooting is clunky. And you know, I've played clunky games that are great, but nothing that compares to the level of just Bogar ass cheese of Kane and Lynch.
If it wasn't for the fact that absolutely doesn't count, that would totally be a quote. Bogart ass
Why
cheese.
doesn't it count? Bogart ass cheese can be misconstrued as fuck. Bogart ass, I'll go grab it.
Quote number 17.
Drop the pressure.
Okay, so what's your next one? What's your next one, Patches? Because I'm enjoying this.
Yeah, you really want to know my next one?
Absolutely. You said bottom 5.
Aliens vs. Predators Colonial Marines.
I have to
amazing.
That game was
amazingly
trash.
horrible.
That game was top tier dumpster garbage. That's the shit that the trash men look at and they're like, what the fuck? What do these people eat?
Hot dog water.
That game is so booty hole.
Alright, number 4.
It gets harder after Colonial Marines because there's not many games that are worse than that.
You want me to go then? Because I guarantee you I can hit 5.
No, I've got a couple more that I can think of, but I mean, it's gonna take. It takes time to fucking figure out like, oh, this is worse than this for this reason.
Alright, I'll do one. Ghouls and fucking ghosts.
Ugh, gross. All right, I got my next one.
Hold on, I gotta explain it. Otherwise, it makes no sense.
Let's just list a whole bunch of fucking trash ass games. That's what this is turning into.
My second favorite game.
The Ghouls and Ghosts, the absolute difficulty of it, the fact that it gets harder when you do your second playthrough. You have to do your second playthrough to actually technically have considered you completing it. And then, after you do that, it basically goes, yeah, here, fuck you, nerd, you still don't get the girl. That you just spent 2 fucking runs saving. Oh, and did I forget to mention the sheer difficulty factor? With the garbage-ass story, the soundtrack, which you only will ever remember one song, and it's a loop that only a fucking goldfish enjoy because it's a fucking 8-second loop. Because goldfish only have 8-second memory spans? No, fuck that game, fuck its existence, and fuck it. You could not pay me enough, you could not buy the game for me, I would not play it.
Oh, man. Oh, God.
I finally decided on my second favorite game.
Alright, go ahead.
It would be Tak and the Power of Juju.
Oh,
agreed.
Which one?
That game is phenomenal.
GameCube version or Game Boy
Really
version?
good game. PlayStation. I've never owned a Nintendo. We had a Wii for a while, but I've never had a GameCube. I never had an N64, but my dad was die-hard PlayStation.
God, that's alright.
Yeah,
So like,
that's
all
effective.
of my favorite games are either on the PS2 or the Xbox 360.
Okay.
Alright, number
I
4.
can get down with that.
Number 4, Hubert. For the Atari. Fuck
Hubert
that game.
Is ingrained into my childhood. I remember when my mother, looking back now, she's probably stoned as fuck, but I remember her playing that game all the time.
Oh, I've got another game to add to my top 10.
Okay.
Dungeons and Dragons Heroes for the Xbox.
Absolutely. I 100% agree with that.
Never played it.
Dude, it's like if you take the Dungeons and Dragons tabletop game, Dungeons and Dragons Heroes is as close as you can get to that in video game form. Like, yeah, you
What
don't get
about
to make
the
a whole bunch of options, or you don't get to
What
make a
about
whole
the
bunch of
in-
choices. Nothing really
What the
changes
fuck?
based on what
I've
you do.
never gotten one of those. That's
But-
What
intriguing.
about D&D Neverwinter for the PlayStation 4?
It's not even close, dude. Dungeons and Dragons
I
Heroes
mean-
is 1,000 times better. The Xbox 360 and the Xbox One came out with Dungeons and Dragons Daggerdale, which was absolute booty hole. That
yeah.
definitely goes down near the bottom of my list, but I wouldn't put it like top 5 worst games I've ever played.
Okay.
Need for Speed
I got-
Most Wanted 2005. Third favorite game.
Not
I
bad.
could, yeah.
All-time
I can
favorite
get behind
game.
that. Okay. Okay. I got my next worst game.
All right.
Remember how I said I enjoyed Metroid Prime 1? The same does not hold true to Metroid Prime 2 or 3. They
Oh
are
my
tied
God.
for the second worst game. Their storytelling was sucked. Hold on. No, not Metroid Prime 3. Excuse me, I take that back. Metroid Other M.
Yeah.
They have different reasons, though, so hear me out. Metroid Prime 2, the environments were bleak, the soundtrack was garbage, the storytelling did not work. It basically took the same storytelling method, but the stories were just... It didn't feel as immersive. I mean, sure, it gets as immersive as you get when you say Dark Planet is dark. Okay, thanks, cool. I get it, but you play that aspect up way too much. So it had a garbage soundtrack, garbage storytelling, the environments were bleak, it's repetitive as fuck. There is no such thing. It's actually really fucking hard to learn if you don't have a learning curve. You will get lost in environments due to the repetitiveness and the darkness. Everything starts looking the same after a while when you're on Dark Aether. Oh, and did I forget to mention, it absolutely does not feel like a Metroid game. It feels like a Metroid game in mechanics, in button pressing alone. Double jumps, beam firing. Metroid Prime Other M, storytelling was horrible, voice acting was absolute ass booty hole garbage of the toppest tier.
Speedy hole garbage. Like it.
Let's see. The soundtrack was meh at best, and that is if you're lucky. The gameplay took you from a fucking 3D, basically look at Destiny, and you know how you've got the third person when you're running the sword, but but you have your first person. It would take you from third person into first person. Oh, and did I forget to mention, you can't move in first person. You have to solve puzzles in first person. There are bosses you have to fight in first person. So you're sitting there taking they're taking pot shots at you while you're trying to figure out, what the fuck do I shoot? Too many puzzles involve that first person. I will absolutely drive that point into the ground like a fucking nail. The soundtrack, once again, was bad. The storytelling was meh. Okay, one of my biggest problems is Samus has fought Ridley about 6 times, because if you're talking story-wise, Metroid Other M is like the 6th game in the story. It's literally a mix. It comes like in between Super Metroid, which is one of my favorite Metroids of all time. The problem is Samus has a fucking goddamn PTSD strike at Ridley. She's fought him 6 times by now. She's blown him up plenty of times. Why is this the first time she's experiencing this? They never explain it. Okay, I get it. PTSD triggers at random points, but after 6 times of seeing him in the flesh, eventually you're going to go, oh my god. And beating his ass, what the fuck changed? So that gets on my nerves. And it just... Metroid Other M was just absolute horrible. And honestly, can kiss my ass. The only reason I have a copy of Other M is for collection purposes only. Because I pre-ordered it and got the special Other M Samus figure with it, which there's only like 1,000 in the world. That cost a pretty fucking penny.
So, the game I'm surprised I haven't heard yet for favorites is Skyrim. So I'll take that.
I hate Skyrim.
What? Fuck you.
I was more of a Daggerdale guy.
I was more of Hammerfall.
Fair.
I'm a Fallout boy myself.
I also hate Fallout.
Ugh.
My girlfriend drove both of those into the ground and ruined them for me. Because I tried playing them and she backseat gamed. My ex, not my girlfriend anymore, but my ex backseat gamed so fucking hard that if I did anything absolutely 1 pixel off of how she believes it's supposed to be done, she just ruined it for me. So I can't.
Do yourself a favor, get stupid fucking baked and play Fallout 3.
Yes.
No, I'll pass.
That's
I don't smoke
life.
anymore. And you know what? I'll probably smoke myself into fucking oblivion when my girlfriend dies. So
I'll be there.
Well,
I'll wait till
as long
then.
as you're smoking and not taking anything horrendous.
God knows what I'm going to do to myself when my girlfriend dies. I'm already watching her do it now and trying not to go insane.
Believe me, dude, I'm not in the same situation, but it feels like it. I'm close.
No, I get it. Least favorite game number 4, and this is going to come as a shock.
No, it's my turn. It's my turn.
Oh, is it? Is it?
DMC.
Which one? Because
the remake.
I liked one.
The remake.
I liked one and I liked 2.
DMC. Literally just DMC. The newest one.
Oh.
Fucking garbage.
Fuck that. Fuck that. DMC. Visual-wise, it's absolutely astounding, but that's all it's got for it.
No, Devil May Cry 1 was amazing because it was revolutionary. It was a new style of game. It was fucking awesome. And then DMC took that idea and then drove it so far underground, they would actually need Satan's help to get it back up.
Pretty much what they did is they made a God of War clone with a DMC tag.
Yep.
Gross.
Yep.
And it's fucking booty hole ass cheese.
Oh, well, God of War makes it on my list. I don't really care which one, just because I love all of them.
God of War 4 definitely puts near the top of my 10.
The new one is probably my favorite, but 3 is a goddamn close.
I like how they swapped lore as well. I love how they swapped pantheons from Greek to Norse.
Was nice.
That was an amazing change that they needed to do to keep the series fresh.
And it felt absolutely smooth. It was honestly, this
as far as video games go, it was delicious. Yeah, it was.
Oh, yeah.
It definitely sated my appetite as a gamer.
Absolutely. I
and
wasn't
the challenges, the challenges, dude, the Valkyrie, the Queen of the Valkyries. Oh my god. Anybody else spend 6 hours beating that bitch's face in?
I have a favorite now, and I have a least favorite. I'm going to start with the least favorite. So, least favorite is going to actually come as a surprise. I believe this is my third least favorite. It's going to come as a surprise to you guys. I did not like Destiny 1.
Nope.
I didn't either.
I
I
feel
feel
it
like
was-
Destiny 1 had too much potential and not enough of it was realized.
Exactly. Well, it's tied with actually tied with the Division for that exact reason. Too much potential, not enough realized. The soundtrack was, I think I liked 2 songs on that whole game soundtrack, and that was Crota's theme, or Crota's boss theme, and the and Axis's the Archon Prime theme. That's it. The problem is they're both repetitive. They're just too grind heavy, and honestly, that sounds weird but I don't feel like Destiny 2 is so grind heavy. I mean,
you always feel like you're making progress.
Yeah, I
some
felt
degree.
even with a 600 Light Titan, I still feel like I'm progressing with him because I'm still getting good shit. For the Division, it just feels like if you don't have friends to play with for the Division, you're absolutely not going to beat the story.
And you're not
take
gonna
forever
have
to level
fun.
up. You're not going to have fun, exactly. And I don't like games that I can't have fun with if for whatever reason my friends aren't online. But, okay, then that goes to a favorite game of mine, the Bayonetta games.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
The Bayonetta games were just, I felt like they were revolutionary. They were some of the best games that the Xbox 360 had seen. I believe they were. I know one of them was for Xbox 360. I don't remember what the other one was.
All right, I have a new
But, like, the
topic
Bayonetta
after this
games-
as well.
The Bayonetta games were solid, amazing. Their soundtracks made me rock fucking hard, along with Bayonetta herself. Anyway.
Yeah, for real, that's the main reason most kids played it. They just got
The
I played it.
titties.
I actually played it because somebody introduced me to it, and I was like, "Oh my god, this game is really good." But
No,
I
he said,
liked
"Oh my
how it
god,
utilized-
titties." No.
That was exactly half of it. But the soundtrack was amazing in it. It made
Yeah,
my dick rock
I've
hard.
never met anybody that did not like the Bayonetta soundtracks.
I've met a couple people who have said the Bayonetta soundtrack is good, and I told them that's fine. That's your opinion. You're wrong, but okay.
So here's the next topic, and everybody here can
Hold on,
participate in this
I
one.
got my fifth game, and I'm almost positive none of you will get it.
All right, go for it.
Ninja Gaiden.
Oh
Nope,
my
I
god, I
absolutely
fucking
accept that.
love Ninja Gaiden. Oh, which one? Sigma,
do
the
too.
original
All of them.
Black 2?
All of them. Literally every single one of them.
Oh, I'm up there,
Even the
bro.
fucking annoyingly difficult ones.
I don't even care.
All right.
They were phenomenal
So
games.
you remember this?
I may have worked out my list.
That actually directly correlates to the next list.
Well, alrighty then.
Alright.
Good segue.
Get it?
So you remember
Well,
the
damn.
tutorial boss with the nunchucks that whooped your ass regardless of what you tried to do?
Yeah.
Top 5 hardest bosses you've
Okay,
ever fought.
follow
He's
me.
number 1.
I'm gonna start this one. Actually, the Adamantoise Tortoise in Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna spend like fucking 5 hours on that
Dude,
boss and
it
only
only
get your
took-
ass
it
thrown
only-
across the map and
it-
restart the fight.
Dude, it only took me 3.5 hours to whoop his ass.
First time
No,
players
it
are
took
not gonna know how to do it.
took
I
me
spent
4
5 hours. I spent 5 hours on that boss. He threw me across the map, restarted the fight. He can suck a dick.
Nah, dude,
Yep.
you just got to keep your back near a mountain. Keep him from doing that.
It didn't work. It didn't work
He
like
is
that.
a
It was a
mountain.
glitch before that worked properly. There was a glitch, remember?
Oh yeah,
Where he
absolutely.
can throw you across
don't
the map no matter where.
you don't fucking fight him. You don't fight him
Yeah.
until they fix the glitches. All right.
So that boss.
We're
can
gonna go
fucking
in order.
kiss
We're
my
gonna go
cock.
in order. Mine is the tutorial guy from I think it was Ninja Gaiden 2 or 1. It was 1 or
Okay.
2.
mean-
Trevor.
There's a lot. It's not necessarily in order, and you guys are probably gonna laugh at me, but honestly, Amygdala was one of the hardest bosses I've ever fought.
You know what? Unless you know what you're doing with Amygdala, she will whoop your ass up one side of the street and down the other.
Truly, it took me about 4 months to beat her.
Unless you're me and you can just solo her.
Yeah, pretty much.
Exactly. Like,
Me and Gabe
watching
can
you
just
guys play
walk
that
in and just
game-
beat the fuck out of her.
Literally, watching you guys play that game, I get so salty. I'm just like, how the fuck are I so good at this goddamn game?
It's
Dark
because
Souls?
you and my
This-
greatsword thing.
Yeah, literally.
even
The
without
Souls
And
games
Rikuyo
are
things.
Really good at Bloodborne.
The Souls games are responsible for probably 3 broken controllers.
All right, little brother, your turn. Go.
What?
Top 5 hardest
DJ
bosses.
to follow me this whole time because he needs to go talk to that dude in the basement, the janitor guy.
Oh.
Shit, you're right. I never took care of that.
Yeah, I've been sitting here going, DJ, and then I realized...
I haven't heard you say a damn word in the last, like, 10 minutes.
Yeah, I know, you guys are, like, really heavy into this video game shit, and I just have one-track mind. Hey, continue your quest.
Well, while you're taking him, top 5 video, like the hardest video game boss that you can think of. One of them, just one boss that you had problems with.
We're doing top 5s right now, I think.
Yeah.
But we're going in order. One per.
Dark Souls 2. Or the original, not 2. 2
Who?
was a breeze.
That fucking tiger in Dark Souls 2 DLC.
Oh my god, yes.
That
The King's
fucking
Pets.
tiger. God damn it. I fucking hate that thing.
Alright,
Don't
DJ,
you
you're
get
up.
me started on Dark Souls
Alright.
fucking 2.
Nobody can reuse a boss. You can reuse a game, but you cannot reuse a boss. You're up, DJ.
That means... over all the years of me playing games, let's see. Mine is completely unoriginal. I'm a Kingdom Hearts fan, and that would be Sephiroth.
From which one? And are you talking about the Colosseum? Because you straight up just took my next one.
Coliseum
The
was
Colosseum
a big
Sephiroth
one,
fight.
just because, yes,
Fuck
just
that
because
fight.
of the abilities that you get in Kingdom Hearts 2, and the keywords that you get, you can have a lot easier of a time in the Kingdom Hearts 2 version than you can in 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Alright, Beals.
I got
Especially
one
when you
for
get, because
Yeah, I
the
got one
biggest
for you.
combo that you can get with 2 is the Pumpkin, and Berserk.
Yep.
Because this combo, finisher. Massive damage.
Like,
Alright,
I say
Beatles,
a lot
you're
of
up.
people. I say a lot of people would find this boss fight hard if they were not prepared for it. It's from Dark Souls. Ornstein and Smog.
Dude, Ornstein and Smo was such a good fight, though. Like, it takes
Oh,
you,
and the
like,
music
it
was
takes you, like, an
amazing.
hour and a half to beat it the first time, but once you do, man, you feel so fucking good. Oh,
Until
Do you want to know the funniest shit?
it happens again.
I'm actually currently playing the remastered version, and the farthest that I've gotten in this game is my Soul Level 1 run.
I believe it.
I beat Ornstein and Smoke first try, and I had never fought them before.
Wow.
Yeah.
So who's next? Who's next to do their hardest?
Me. I believe I'm next.
All right.
The optional boss in
Okay.
Bayonetta.
Ooh.
The one that you have to give up a
the
million
one-
halos for.
Fuck that! You just straight up took my fucking next one. God damn it!
That motherfucker was like 7 hours of bang head against wall.
And even after that, you're having fucking. You do it once, you're like,
Dude, I
that's it.
still
Nope,
have
I never
flashbacks.
fucking. You
I have
finish that boss, you're like,
PTSD
that's
from
it.
that
Nope,
boss
I'm
fight.
absolutely never doing this boss again.
Even if I have the option, nope. I'm just gonna choose
See,
to
I've
avoid
only
that.
played Bayonetta. I have not beaten it, but I know
Dude.
of this boss.
Never give the dude a million halos. Never buy the million halo item. Just don't fucking do it. Don't subject
Not
yourself
even
to that
in the
fucking
not
torture.
even in the remaster. Dude, not
No.
even in the
When you beat
remaster,
that
dude.
boss, honestly, even when you beat that boss, you won't feel fulfilled. You'll just be
You
like,
don't.
Fuck this, I'm done.
You
You're like,
don't.
I'm
You're like,
never gonna touch
I'm
this
never
fucking
touching
game
it.
again.
Yep. You do not feel good about it. You're just like, I fucking hate my life. I hate this
You have a
game.
real,
I
you
got
have
another one for you.
actual physical migraine at the end of that boss.
You will.
From banging
You
your head against the
absolutely will.
wall so goddamn hard.
It took.
It
I'm not gonna
fucking
lie. It
hurts.
took me 10 fucking hours to beat that boss.
I'm
the
not
first time I
playing,
ever
dude.
did.
After 6,000 hours in Dark Souls 1, that boss took me 7.5 hours to beat.
Okay. Who's next? I believe it's.
Beals.
Oh, I'll let Beals go, and then I'll hit it.
I don't know if this one's already been said or not, but Ultimate Alma from Ninja Gaiden Sigma.
Yep.
True story.
Damn it, Fields.
True story. I feel that in my soul.
So do I. Okay, my next boss. This one's actually going to come as a surprise because none of you probably really play a whole lot of DS games. The secret final form of the final boss in Mega Man Star Force Pegasus for the DS.
Yep.
If you have a flawless no death run, you will get to that boss. You will get him down to half health, and he will transform, and he'll basically look at you and go fuck yourself. I'm gonna hit you with a deletion wave. If you are not ready for said delete wave, you will not block in time, and he will kill you in one hit, regardless of how high your health is and how good you are.
There goes your no death run.
There goes your no death run, and you will not see the boss again. Because you'll respawn in the boss room, and that's it. Yep, you get one chance at the boss. If you beat him, though, you get the special ending. The proper ending, you could say. And it is absolutely worth it to do because you get the best weapon in the game, which does 10 damage, has 10 on power shot, or has like 100 on power shot. It's an absolutely amazing weapon, but it's like, he's so fucking hard.
Alright, little brother's turn.
He's out smoking.
Oh, well, DJ, take his
DJ
position.
turn.
Alright, let's see. Another difficult boss over the course of my life. I would have to give it to... If you don't know what you're doing and you have no idea how to do this boss fight, I'd have to say the Chariot from Dark Souls 2.
Agreed. Agreed.
See, I've never played any of the Soulsborne games, really,
because
but
the entire premise of this game is that if you do not get the lever, he will continue running you over and over and over again.
Until you're dead.
Until you're dead.
I got you beat.
And then infinitely spawning skeletons.
I got you beat.
What you got?
The Vanguard from Demon Souls.
I know of it. I have not personally played it myself.
Alright, so here's the tutorial boss for Demon Souls. Alright? He one-shots you.
Yeah.
If you are superior, like if you are by far amazing at Soulsborne games, you can kill him. But once you do, you face a dragon that kills you anyway, because fuck you. This is Demon Souls, and you're dead.
Yeah.
So even being the boss, you still fucking die. And, oh, by the way, you're dead, so you're a spirit now, so you don't get half of your health. Good luck making it through the next 2 fucking levels without ever finding anything to restore that shit either, because fuck you, this is Demon Souls.
Alright, has anyone here played Cuphead?
I love Cuphead, dude. Yes. There's not a hard boss on Cuphead for me. I 100% perfected that game.
On both difficulties?
Yep. I S-ranked it on hard. Really? Oh. You found the Baroness harder than the train?
Yes. The train had almost had an algorithm to him. You could get him down after 2 runs.
Yeah.
Baroness Von well, fuck that bitch, dude.
Medusa, though.
Yeah.
I can deal with Medusa, man. Medusa was like by the time you got there, you were just like, fuck it, I'm ready to go.
See, I had issues with the fucking robot.
Everybody had issues with the fucking Iron Giant. And don't call him anything else, he's the fucking Iron Giant. I'm surprised it wasn't voiced by Vin Diesel.
Nobody has joined this strike with me, so I've been running a Nightfall by myself this whole time.
I'm literally just running around in circles. Gabe, it's your turn for hard bosses. We can go do whatever, man. I'm down to multitask. I can still talk about dumb shit and play Destiny.
Yeah, I brain dead this game now.
Yeah,
I'm actually enjoying having this discussion because I feel like this is actually
This is a bonding experience. This is a bonding experience for our raid team.
Gabe doesn't have one. Oh, all right.
Psycho Mantis from
Oh yeah, dude! If you were that was an amazing boss mechanic, and I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Having to plug your controller into port 2.
It was still hard.
Oh yeah.
There actually was a second way to beat him without unplugging your controller.
Yeah, get good.
No, The statues around the room, if you fuck with them, he'd become distracted.
Mm-hmm. No, I just plug my controller into port 2. That's the easy way to do it.
Oh, absolutely.
Another Golden Age blueprint. Do y'all like the God of War series?
Yes.
It depends on what God you're talking. It depends on what fight you're talking about.
I've only played 4.
All right, Zeus. The Zeus fight wasn't hard though.
I've got my next one.
It was just gimmicky as fuck.
Yeah, like it gave a lot of cheap shots, but
they did a gimmick fight right.
Yeah.
All right, here's one. Here's one for
right.
everybody. Gabe's gonna laugh at me. My first playthrough of Dark Souls 3, the boss I had the most trouble with, believe it or not, Crystal Sage. Just because I run in there, I'm like, oh, this boss is easy, and just smack it and then die immediately. And Gabe knows this. He was there when I did it. I one-shot Pontiff, but I died 7 times to the Crystal Sage.
Yeah.
My next one, actually, is going to be a bit of a throw-off. Has anybody here ever played Castlevania Symphony of the Night for the PS1?
Yes. I've played all the Castlevanias.
Same here. The hidden boss after you beat the game originally, the Anubis, without the Chrysodrim, without the Ring of Vardas, and on a no-death run, where he is the absolute hardest.
That's a self-made challenge. You're taking away you're taking away 2 of the things that make him easy.
No. Because I didn't know about the Chrysogrim or the Ring of Varda, and I didn't know that no death meant he was actually harder, because I was playing Nocturne in the Moonlight, the Japanese version, because I couldn't find the English version at the time, and it actually makes him substantially fucking harder in a no-death run, which I was doing because I felt like I wanted to do that challenge. I no-death runned him, I got to him, and my no-death run ended.
Well, duh.
He kicked my fucking ass every which way but loose, and then fucking launched me to the moon, super Kamehameha'd my ass, and then threw me back downwards and was like, bitch.
Here's another, it might not be a boss technically, but anybody here that's ever played a Dark Souls game knows, when you're on a no-death run, and the worst possible thing you could come up to, an invader.
Yeah.
That could be, yeah.
Other people. Ask Gabe. Gabe and I were doing a no-death, co-op no-death run, and it was almost ended by an invader.
I want to throw actually a second one out before next turn, and I will accept my turn being skipped next time.
Wait. I know my hardest boss. The tree in Dark Souls 3 to get to the roof.
The Curse-Rotted Greatwood?
No, the tree that you have to run and jump
Oh, the actual first boss in Dark Souls? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. That's an effective boss. Except I can one-shot that tree now.
You say that every time.
And I complete it every time.
Same here.
Golden Sun: The Lost Age for the Game Boy Advance.
Ooh, good ass game. Oh my god.
The Dullahan under-leveled.
Why?
Even because I didn't know you needed to be like level fucking 70 to actually beat him well.
Ooh, I got one.
I went up against him. I ran in, hit him. My whole team had full health, and I was doing an all summon setup. He full-minute edged one character, knocked him down, I revived him, and then he fucking summoned Sharon. And that was it. The whole fight was over.
Mine?
And I was just like, you cocksucker.
The Omega Soul is underwater in Final Fantasy VII. The optional secret boss.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Just because I've never played 7 doesn't mean I don't know things.
I don't know his name. But I fought him.
Emerald Weapon.
Yes, the Emerald Weapon. That that thing.
We're gonna talk about Final Fantasy Super bosses. What about what the fuck is it? The one from fucking 9. The one that's literally just a fucking orb.
9 orb. See, I know which one you're talking about, and I can
see it.
It's some rainbow orb looking fucking thing.
I can see it, but I cannot place the fucking name.
I want to say it's called the Star Guardian, but I'm wrong.
That's absolutely not right.
No, I'm thinking Golden Sun Lost Age for that one. Which, to be fair, the Star Guardian is a thing, and he's fucking difficult. Not hard enough to be top 10 boss, though.
Alright, so, because I know what the fuck he's talking about. I can literally see it in my head. I wish I had viewers, man. This would be fun as hell to do with viewers.
Absolutely.
Did anybody else just see that captain? Did anybody else just see that captain just kill himself? That was the most glorious thing I've ever seen. Alright,
Cat? Really? Don't yell at me, bitch.
The cleverest traps, or, not traps, like puzzles or traps that you've come across in video games.
Did you hear that?
I'll start us off. I'll start us off with something that most of us probably know about. The rings behind the church in Resident Evil 4.
The rings.
It's on the pedestal to get the gem. If you don't know what you're doing, you will be stuck there for hours.
Yep, I know what you're talking about.
If you don't know the code and you don't know the sigil you're trying to make, you'll be stuck there for no joke.
Okay, so I've got one from a game that I don't even think most people even know of.
Hold on a sec. The boss you're talking about, the rainbow orb, is called Pandemonium.
Yes.
Yes.
See what jam. Once they're all moving, we're
Which, you know what? I'm gonna top that. Mega Behemoth.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
In terms of Final Fantasy bosses, Mega Behemoth.
Well, you found the problem.
Yeah.
Because he will hit you with Mega Flare, and that's the end of the fight.
Okay.
Okay, Clever's traps and puzzles.
Okay,
I'll go
so
after you.
The game that I have is an old PS1 game. It is called Tomba. Anybody know this game?
I've heard it, I've never seen it,
I played it, but I never fucking finished it. My PlayStation broke before I could.
Okay, the one I'm going to be talking about is the second one.
Okay.
This one specific quest has you find a gentleman's ring. You cannot... You can get this game upon first going into the area known as a coal mining town. You can get it first run through. You cannot complete this quest until you beat a certain boss, which stops lava from pooling down around the ground. You then have to fall from the scaffolding onto a certain specific speck of land, for if you do not, you immediately die.
Jesus. Fuck that.
I have 100% of this game. All quests, all items, everything. This was the final quest, because every single damn time I fell into the wrong fucking spot.
Yeah, that.
You got yours, Trevor? Alright.
Bail, Diablo 2.
Well, we were talking traps and shit.
Oh, right. Okay, but either way, Bail from Diablo 2, Lord of Destruction is...
I have mine. Mine's actually... are you guys familiar with Parasite Eve 2?
Yes. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Dude, that is a game I would kill for a fucking remaster of both of them. Fuck number 3, because Parasite Eve 3, the fucking...
I didn't even know there was a third one.
It's called The Third Birthday, and it's fucking trash. Don't play it. It's for PSP, don't play it. Don't. Absolutely do not. It doesn't connect to the story at all. It has you playing as Eve, taking over Aya's body, and at the end of the game, it doesn't matter what you do, she shoots herself in the head and calls it good. There you go. You literally know everything you need to know about The Third Birthday. Anyway. Parasite Eve 2. When you get into the facility, the Parasite facility, the temple plate puzzle, where you have to step on the plates in a specific order a specific amount of times. The problem is, one of the plates you'll never find if you don't beat a boss that's almost at the end of the game. The other problem with that is it's a secret boss, and if you don't know about this boss, you can't complete the temple plate puzzle. The temple plate puzzle gives you the railgun and unlocks it for purchase at a discounted price. The problem with that is the boss almost requires railgun amounts of power to kill because it has, I believe it was 5.5 million health points.
Holy shit.
Even if you go through the entire game, the strongest weapon you will have is the, it has more health than the final boss. And the strongest weapon you will probably have by the time you reach this boss will probably be the SAS Assault Shotgun. The 100-round shotgun in the magazine with explosive bullets, which you can pick up all over this facility, by the way, for free. You will reach that boss, and you'll be doing probably a couple thousand damage. And absolutely one fuck up at this boss, and he takes your head off. And if you fuck this boss up, you can go fuck yourself. Because he is unnecessarily difficult. And at 5.5 million health, if you die and you're like 3/4 of the way done with it, you are just not going to play again. And there's no indicator how low his health is. You just have to shoot, spray, play, and hope to God he dies. I reached this boss on my first challenge run, where I ran the P98 with a snail mag, which is the weakest gun in the game.
Do what with it right now?
Vanguard raids. I'm too high level.
And I reached that boss my first ever time doing a challenge run. The P98 snail mag with 32 rounds using standard hydro shock bullets.
Yeah, I am not strong enough for a nightfall.
I think I chipped probably 100,000 health off of him.
Do the standard Vanguard strikes.
Got it.
So he could literally go fuck himself.
All right, Kyler, you got one? You got a challenging puzzle?
It's not more of a puzzle. It's not really much of a puzzle. It's more like the boss for a game. I don't know if y'all played the game Mushime Sama Futari.
I have it. I actually have it, but I never played it.
So do I.
I spent my time on Miss Pac-Man.
The boss is called Larsa, and like it is difficult due to the fact that you only have 2 lives to defeat her, and whenever you go into this boss room, it's just like a straight path, and each side is covered with like this purple mist. If you go into it, it damages you big time, and if it gets to the point where your health is low, she will spawn and just pretty much rip your fucking heart out, and you can't do nothing about it.
Can I do another difficult boss?
Sure, but after that, I have my trap.
That's fine. Headhunter 2 Redemption, if you guys know what that is for the PS2.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
When you're in the
Headhunter
underground,
was one of my favorite games.
Same here, dude. I loved them. They were hard as fuck, but they were good. In the underground, in number 2, when you reach, it's something Chi. No, she's just called Headhunter Che. And she is unnecessarily fucking difficult. Because in order to hit her, you have to stagger her by hitting her with enough rounds. There's no ammo respawn in the arena. Might be different on an easier difficulty, but I did my first one on hard mode.
Like a man.
Like a fucking man.
Real men play on hard.
But there's no ammo spawning around the arena, and if you fuck up, if you miss just one bullet with your assault rifle, you're guaranteed to lose the fight because you won't stagger her, and you won't have enough rounds to do enough damage. So that fight can go fuck itself. After about 40 tries, I finally beat her.
Alright, Gabe, do you have a trap?
No, Trevor's next. Trevor said he had his trap in puzzle. Question, can we can we count the DNDs? Something that happened during the DND game?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. So it's kind of a 2-for-1 because they're sort of the same thing. It's the same game. Fallout 3, if there was a teddy bear in an upright shopping cart and you grabbed it, you would encounter a super mutant Piggy. I learned that at a very, 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 very low level, like level 5, that you cannot beat those with just a grenade launcher. It will never happen.
You could absolutely try, but you know how far you're gonna get? You're not.
You're gonna get dead. That's how far you're gonna get.
Okay, but hold on a minute. It is entirely possible because one of my friends at level 2 with nothing but I believe it was some type of fist weapon.
With his skill level.
1v1. What the fuck is it? What are they called? Deathclaw. At level 2.
Absolutely possible.
It's doable.
Ask Gabe about Deathclaws.
Anybody who tells me it's not possible to 1v1 a fucking Deathclaw is bullshit.
Alright, you ask Gabe about Deathclaws in the games that I set up.
Yeah, you and your fucking modded real-time damage fucking bullshit.
Oh yeah, realistic weapon damage, realistic wasteland, random enemy spawns, no level cap on enemy spawns.
You know what?
The second part to that trap would be the red baby villages. Red baby. When you walk by them, they fucking cry and then they explode. But it's not just like a regular explosion. There's like, it's like a fucking landmine and a mini nuke had a baby. And they just put it in this carriage and they just fuck your entire day up with it. Or if you just kick a regular shopping cart in Fallout 3, you'll send it to the other side of the continent and it'll make the loudest noise you've ever heard all the way there.
While it's in the air, not touching anything, it's alerting every single enemy in the entire world.
You know what? I have a puzzle.
Hold on. Let's let Gabe get a chance. See if he's got one.
Okay.
I actually don't have any puzzles.
You never played a game that had a puzzle in it? Alright, alright, then I'm gonna do mine. I got mine. I got one that's so fucking misconstrued. The Gold Buckle. I don't remember what the game was called. All I remember was that you had to get a gold buckle off an old man's pants while he was taking a shit. And I'm not even kidding. What you had to do, I kid you not, you had to get a squid from the fish market, put it in the sewer, feed the dude some like spiked food, so he'd have to go to the bathroom real fucking bad. The squid would come out of the sewer, grab his fucking belt buckle, and you'd have to go back down to the end of the fucking like the other end of the world, pick it up out of the sewer, and get the buckle off of the squid. And that was the only way to complete the story. I do not remember the game.
It is. Can it be mechanics as well, or does that not count?
No, mechanics don't count as a trap.
Well, no, but I mean, it's a puzzle. It's a puzzle mechanic for a boss. That's the thing.
I mean, that would go in difficult bosses. That wouldn't go in traps or puzzles.
That's fair. Okay. Actually, one of the puzzles I can think of from when I did play Skyrim. Do you remember shortly after you got the super speed function?
Whirlwind sprint?
Yeah, whirlwind sprint. I actually, you know, this is gonna sound really stupid, but I had a difficult time getting out of that area because I couldn't figure out how far back I had to be to activate whirlwind sprint. And so I tried to do it to get through the door, and I'm like, it's not I can't do it. And it actually took my ex showing me how to properly proc it and everything to make it work. But it was like, oh, well, okay.
I just did 169,000 damage to that Hydra.
On a list of things that shouldn't be necessary, but absolutely are worth it.
With the Whisper of the Worm.
Absolutely fucking gorgeous, dude. Nice.
Dude, the Sturm Catalyst with the Drang and PvP is very, very good.
You want to do the public event and then continue with the raid? Or...
You can. It doesn't bother me one way or the other.
Hardest puzzle to new players. Are you ready for this? Are you
Fire
ready for
away.
this? Underbelly.
Yeah.
I don't really
players,
consider that a puzzle though. That's more of a maze. That's not really a puzzle.
I consider mazes puzzles in their own respective right, because if you can't figure out how to do it, you're not going to continue.
I mean, that's more of like an entirely separate category. I mean, I understand what you're coming from. It does seem like a trap, and the mechanics, like, it does seem like a puzzle, just with the mechanics of some of the things down there, like the fans, for instance.
The fans could count as a trap if you don't know that you can shut them off.
Yeah, if you're trying to time your run the whole way. Also, the, I guess the loot rooms as well, like the armory, if you're trying to get through that and you don't know how to do it.
That can absolutely be considered a puzzle, honestly.
Yeah, that in itself could be a puzzle. So I guess I will allow it.
Well, the Leviathan raid in general just seems like one massive puzzle.
Oh, all raids are one massive puzzle.
Yeah, welcome to Bungie.net. Please enjoy your stay.
No. Last Wish is absolutely a fucking puzzle.
Last everything about Last Wish is a fucking puzzle. Dealing damage to bosses is a fucking puzzle.
Unless it's fucking Callie, who absolutely goes down like a fucking bitch.
Yeah, Callie's just like, please slap me with your big dick stick.
Okay, dude, the legend himself, the legend himself fucking soloed Callie. I watched the video. I can't believe it, but he fucking did it.
One of us has to protect this thing.
So, anybody got a new topic?
Top 5 most unbelievable things you've done in a video game.
Battlefield experience.
Does it matter what?
No, it doesn't matter what game, doesn't matter what, just the most unbelievable thing you did. I'm gonna start off with New Game Plus 7 ladle only playthrough of Dark Souls 2. Soul level 1.
Lol. I'm gonna shoot mine off with beating the super secret final boss of Radiant Historia Perfect Chronology with one character left with one hit point, no healing items, no healing abilities, and an absolute YOLO McSwaggins if I don't get this standard basic attack. Like literally just hit attack button and hope it works. If this attack does not kill them, I lose.
That sounds like that sounds like Pokemon playing for the YOLO crit.
It didn't crit, that was the thing. It was literally, this is going to work or it's not. I have one option. It was my desperate attempt at, can I do this? It absolutely
But you know what
worked.
I'm talking about, the YOLO crit on Lance at the Elite Four when you're up against his Dragonite. That's the YOLO crit I'm talking about.
Please crit.
I never had issues with that.
Really? Everybody I know on their first playthrough had issues with Lance's Dragonite.
No. You want to talk about that Wendy's milk tank.
Hold on.
Alright, yeah. Throw that bitch in there. Wendy's Milk Tank was so it was such a swap from what you were used to at that point in the game.
Rollout and milk drink, that was literally all it needed to just fucking roll you over.
And it did. Every fucking chance it got.
I almost guarantee you lost your first ever battle against Wendy.
I did not actually. And I can tell you exactly why and exactly how I cheesed the fuck out of that.
Oh, it's very possible. Get a tanky enough Pokemon.
My buddy sent me a level 30 Gengar.
I mean, to be fair,
welcome to your rollout. Welcome to your rollout doesn't touch me because levitation.
Right, levitate. Yeah.
That wasn't really worth it. Sorry, guys.
It never is. Also, ghost type, so your normal moves don't hit me because fuck you, I'm a ghost.
My second unbelievable thing. Can it count? See, this is my second unbelievable thing. Holding the world speedrun record for Metroid Prime for 2 months.
No, you don't. That doesn't count.
I mean, it's an unbelievable thing in a video game because I didn't think I actually beat it.
Unless it is archived and proofed, I can't count it.
It absolutely was archived and proved. It no longer sits in the archive because it's no longer the record.
It would still be there. All previous world records are kept archived.
Are they?
Yeah, everyone.
I thought they changed that.
No.
Ow, 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 fuck.
They've always been archived. Every world record from Doom is still archived on speed demos.
Oh my god, Doom is absolutely fucking phenomenal.
Every speedrun ever made is still archived, as long as it was verified.
Top 10.
It is it's like number 8 for me, which I didn't go to my number 8, so.
I mean, it's up there, but I wouldn't put it like top of the fucking leaderboard.
I'm talking new Doom, dude. It's absolutely fucking phenomenal.
I absolutely would not count that. Not personally, for me.
See, I haven't played any of the originals, aside from Doom, I think Doom 3, and that was pathetic.
Doom 3 was a disappointment. Unless you got the UAT edition, at which point, why are you paying extra? It was like fucking $30 more than the original Doom, and it was like one level of extra content. No. I mean, it introduced some new weapons as well, but that was it. Waste of money.
I didn't fire a single bullet killing that.
Just an absurd amount of time, but I put about 37,000 hours on Skyrim.
To check?
Between all my consoles and PC, I've probably got close to 37,000. Which is
okay.
like 4 years.
Patches, you know how you and I have discussed my hours in Monster Hunter, how I've got 60,000 plus across all Monster Hunters, right? My biggest achievement in Monster Hunter 1 for the PS2, beating the final boss, Rathalos, with no damage.
Damn.
How did you die?
Absolute fucking god if you can do it, and it is so ridiculously hard to do because that Rathalos is we're talking clunky controls, shitty mechanics, well not so much mechanics, but clunky controls, shitty movements, shitty dodge roll, shitty this, shitty that, and it's Demon Souls of fucking Monster Hunter. And Rathalos will fucking two-shot you because I guarantee you don't have armor good enough to survive. Because Rathalos has the only fire-resistant armor in the game. And guess what? He's not the only fire-using enemy. But he absolutely kicks your ass.
Honestly, I'd say for me, it would have to be Yorm the Giant beating him with level 1 whip.
I think if I'm gonna throw in Yorm, dude, I'm gonna count using the summon glitch, summoning 8 people and killing them with throwing knives only.
Bruh.
It's amazing what bleed damage on Kukris do. There was a glitch back when Dark Souls 3 first came out that you could summon up to 8 people if you did the glitch correctly. You could summon 8 people, and we all went in there with Kukris and literally just throwing knifed him to death.
But honestly, just defeating Yorm the Giant by yourself with the level 1 whip, and that shit was hard to do.
Oh yeah.
I'd say the most insane
it took me like 30 tries to do that.
But I got blocked out of joining you guys down there.
I don't think we're
Are you guys at least teleporting, or am I doing this by myself?
No, we're up. Look up. Look up where we
I know where you are, but does it say joining allies, or am I doing this alone?
We
It
can't.
does not say joining allies.
Alrighty then. Balls deep. Here we go.
Not unless we go backwards, I guess.
Nope, it still won't work.
Nope.
No, there is a distance where it should join you guys.
I mean, we could kill ourselves.
You could try. You could try running backwards, but I don't think so.
Mortal Kombat for the PS2 without losing a fight. That was my most impressive thing for that game.
Fighting the Nightmare, beating the Nightmare in Soul Calibur 2. After a flawless, After a flawless run through the Soul Edge.
See, I absolutely do not say that was hard. I beat Nightmare with almost no problem. Nightmare
No. Not Nightmare. The Nightmare.
Yeah.
The giant screen-sized boss with full health combo that he throws out the first 2 frames the game starts.
Yeah, I know. That wasn't hard to me.
You did not beat him your first time. You know how I know that? Because nobody has. Period.
Now, hold on. I'm going to stop you there. I never said I beat him my first time, but he did not feel hard to me when I did beat him.
Getting to him was next to him. I think there are like 200 people that have ever gotten to him. It requires you taking a specific path, perfect every single fight, never take damage, never get hit.
You're not talking Soul Calibur 2 then. You're talking Soul Calibur 3.
Yeah, my bad.
That was
Wrong
absolutely
game.
not a thing in Soul Calibur 2 because I played all the Soul Calibur 2.
My bad.
Yeah, I've never played 3. When you say The Nightmare, I think in Soul Calibur 2, basically the Inferno charade thing. Now that fucker would still absolutely kick your ass on the hardest difficulty.
Yeah, if you weren't prepared yet.
No, see, now I will absolutely retract my statement. No, I have not beaten him. I have seen him. I have a friend who can actually get to him, and I will have him recorded and send it to you.
I beat him 1 time. In my entire, probably 8,000 hours, or 2,000 hours playing Soul Calibur 3, I beat him 1 time.
Hey look, I found a loophole.
Did you die and spawn in?
Yes.
One of my biggest achievements, beating Legendary Souls in Soul Calibur 5.
I'll give you that.
That is absolute fucking balls hard. Getting past Keelik alone is difficult.
How did you die?
My shiny achievement.
Jump from the top jump from the exit of this place all the way to the bottom. If you miss every platform, you should die.
You really gotta get water.
My most crowning achievement, I would have to say critical mode of Kingdom Hearts 2, beating the secret boss of that game, about 30 levels under level.
That's pretty serious fucking achievement.
One of my biggest Kingdom Hearts achievement, level 1 crowd mode run of 358 over 2 days, getting to the Dust Flyer in the multiplayer mode where he's got multiplayer levels of hit points and beating him.
Gabe, don't die yet. Actually, Gabe, die. Die, Gabe.
The thing is, the Dust Flyer is the hidden boss of that game.
I want all 3 of us in here. I would rather wipe and restart.
So fucking tanky. It took me 6 hours to beat him because I had, like, no damage.
I got, like, 5 seconds.
I could respawn 2 seconds, like 10, 15 seconds ago. I refuse to do so.
Can't die though, dude. Alright, now here's the more.
But do you have a super and a grenade?
Do you have a grenade launcher?
What is it?
Literally, just blow yourself up.
Would you rather play an entire game stealthy?
I have played an entire game stealthy.
Entire game stealthy or entire game guns blazing?
Is that is that a preference or is that like an actual question? Because I've done both. I've played games full stealth and I've played games full Hodor.
See, I have to. When you ask that question, I have to have a game to context off of. Are we talking
sounds like a Metal Gear Solid thing?
No, there are plenty of games you can play stealthy, but like I need to have a game that I need to have games that I could do both in, and it would make a difference. Besides Metal Gear Solid, because it would absolutely make a difference.
Well, it's just Dishonored or Dishonored 2.
I've never played either of them.
Well, I guess since I'm playing it now, I guess we'll go with Skyrim or Bethesda.
Play a Bethesda game stealth or guns blazing? I would always rather prefer to play a Bethesda game guns blazing. Stealth just makes things so easy. Like you get Assassinate where you can do 15 times crit damage with a dagger and you just win. And you never have to fight anything.
The only Bethesda game I've played is Doom, and if you're playing that stealthy, you're playing Doom absolutely fucking wrong.
Alright, here's the next question. Is it possible to play a game wrong?
Yeah.
You know, that again, that depends on the game.
No. I'm like straight up, every single game in history, is it possible to play a game wrong? If the mechanics intend you to play the game one way, but you decide to play it another way, like there is a stealth mechanic, even though it's very rarely, if ever, used, and you decide to use it to make the game more challenging for yourself, are you playing the game wrong?
Yes. No, actually, I'm going to say no, and here's my reasoning for this. Because if you can beat the game without that stealth mechanic per se, even though it's used very rarely, if you can beat the game without using that, you're playing the game your way. Playing a game wrong and playing a game your way are two different things. And there's no such thing as playing a game wrong as playing it your way, because your way is the fun way to you. There is no wrong. Unless the game has one intended method of playing it. Hold on, I'm not done. Unless you're playing a game that is absolutely intended to be done one way, and you somehow play a slip-through for it, such as Takeshi's Challenge for the Famicom.
Yes. Fucking Christ.
That game, there is only one way to play that game. If you play it the wrong way, you fail. Now, you were going to
guys in levels at least.
You were going to add on to that,
DJ.
What?
Were you gonna add on to what he was saying?
No. Takeshi's Challenge is going to be the point that I made, because there is only one way to play and to beat that game.
I think the only way you can play a game wrong is if you're using like game breaking mechanics. So like
okay, so here's another thing. What's the difference between a glitch and an exploit to you? Because me and Weld went over this, and I think I have a pretty solid definition of what a glitch and an exploit is.
No, the thing is, I did a little research, and you're absolutely right. It's not even a solid definition. It is the actual definition.
So a glitch is an unintended game mechanic being used in for an unintended way for an unexpected result. An exploit is an intended game mechanic being used in an unintended way for an unintended result.
I.e., I have an example for that where you put in the wish at the wall for warping you to Shuro Chi, but you use that to backtrack to the chest that comes after Cali.
Right.
Alright, yeah.
That's an exploit. That's not a glitch. They intended you to do it. They just didn't intend you to go backwards.
I've got another exploit, technically. Dark Souls 2. The effigies that you can make. In the very first area, there's a chest, and after you use a bonfire aesthetic, it respawned every single time, and it gave you 5.
That is a perfect example of an exploit, because they give you bonfire aesthetics, but I have to think that FromSoft would have intended that. I have to, because there's no other purpose to run a bonfire aesthetic there.
I have an exploit.
What's with all the fucking electric shit? I can't fucking do anything.
You have to kill the overcharged shards.
This uses Final Fantasy VII, actually, as an example. I don't know if it was an exploit or a glitch, but it was definitely one of the two, where you could break the 9999 barrier. And you could actually get more than 9,999 damage to show up on the screen.
That was an unintended. Yeah. That was an unintended result of an unexpected game.
But I can't feel like that the way it's executed. They have to have known, because you don't put in any code or anything to do it. You just find a specific enemy that you break the fucking barrier on, and it just works after that. And so I feel like they knew that enemy was in there, otherwise it wouldn't be there. I don't remember what enemy it was, by the way. You know what? I have a topic. Creepiest boss you've ever fought in a video game. And I'm going to launch this one off with Final Fantasy VII, the secret tentacle weapon, where it had like creepy touch that caused sadness.
The Wall of Flesh, Silent Hill.
You can completely misconstrue that. See, I can't connect because I've never played the Silent Hill games, and I will absolutely take all the hate for that.
That's okay. I guess.
Or
I feel like
or the Flesh Locker. The Flesh Locker wasn't even a boss. It was just a dude hanging upside down in a locker. It was just like a corpse, basically, hanging upside down in a locker.
Oh, that's creepy. That's fucking creepy.
It was meant to represent somebody that was bullied their entire life.
So, a lesson.
They got rid of my barrel to get out of the map on Whiterun to get to the hidden chest. Fuck Bethesda. That barrel has. Oh, I was in the wrong room. Never mind.
I don't know if this counts as creepy, but I fought this boss really young, so I thought it was creepy. The Leviathan in Dead Space 1.
I gotta go to the bathroom, guys.
Dryer.
I gotta go to the bathroom. Can we leave Magic on for a second?
It immediately kicked us into the next one. I didn't have the ability to do so.
But yeah, the Leviathan...
Just sit at the beginning.
The Leviathan was fucking creepy as fuck.
Dude, have you played or even seen Resident Evil 7 Biohazard?
Absolutely not. I have not had the opportunity.
Oh.
The final boss in that is, like, it makes your skin crawl. Like, the voice acting in that game, the lines that they used, it made me uncomfortable the entire time.
Nice. Have you played Resident Evil Revelations?
I have not.
Biohazard
is actually the only Resident Evil I have played.
See, when you say Biohazard, the problem with that is all Resident Evil games' original name was Biohazard 1, Biohazard 2, etc., etc.
When in doubt, open door, piss outside.
I tend to
the newest one.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
But another creepy boss to me was in Resident Evil Revelations, if anybody's played that. And it is the Promenade Death Captain boss that you have to kill to get the key, and he's banging on a wall where the door is chained, and all you can hear is him calling Mayday, and it's in a really absurd, gurgling, it makes your skin crawl. You're just like,
DJ.
What?
Come here. Do me a favor.
Right,
where is it? Right there. Is there a thing for you?
Yeah, there's a thingy up there.
What color is it?
White.
Shoot it.
Favorite
I got
Easter
the lost memory fragment.
favorite Easter egg.
Wait, can we
I've
go?
got a creepy boss.
I came up with a topic for when DJ's done with this creepy boss. It kind of fits.
This is actually a recent boss that I fought in a game I've been playing, Hollow Knight.
Yes.
I love Hollow Knight.
This boss is called No Eyes.
Yeah.
This entire boss fight is a ghost fight, and this entire boss fight consists of you jumping around an area with ghost heads floating around, and she's singing to you. It's what sounds like some weird rendition of It's Raining, It's Pouring, The Old Man Is Snoring.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So, I've got two things. One, I'm going to add a boss to hardest boss fights, even though I beat it my first time. Two, I've got another topic. So, hardest boss, Sans from Undertale.
Fuck that.
I beat him my first
I hated
attempt.
that boss.
And it was a pain in the ass.
See, Nathan had issues with Undyne the Undying.
Really?
Undyne was not hard to me.
Did Nathan do a full homicidal playthrough and fight Sans?
Yes.
I feel like Nathan lacked the dedication to beat Sans, but
he didn't beat Sans.
I was gonna say if he did, consider me surprised.
Funniest thing ever though is that he and I went back and forth on this boss fight. I grabbed the controller twice, and I'm the one that killed the boss on my second attempt.
Nathan actually ended up platinuming that game.
Did he?
He did.
Good for him.
I think it's his only platinum.
Well, the funniest thing ever. Hold on a minute. The funniest thing ever is that the platinum of that game only requires you that you go to every area and upgrade a shrine to maximum. That all it requires is spending money. Does it require you to beat bosses of any kind? Just go to the areas.
Okay. So, new topic. Scariest game you played relative to age.
Hold on, because I wanted to do that Easter egg one. Destiny 1, the no time to explain pulse rifle that you get from the stranger, who says, I don't have time to explain why I don't have time to explain. It was a Back to the Future reference.
Yeah.
I loved it. So many people didn't catch that the first time.
I'll do Easter eggs. The entire Hat in Time game. The whole thing. All of it.
I haven't played it.
It just came as hard as
If you're talking about Easter eggs and you don't bring up a Hat in Time, you're not talking about Easter eggs. That entire game is an Easter egg.
It was so good.
I have not played it and or seen it. I know of it, but I've not seen it.
You need to play it, dude. You need to play it and not look anything up. Creepiest game relative to age.
Hold on.
Okay, so relative.
My Easter egg.
Okay.
It involves a ridiculous amount of time and friends who have the same interest. In Black Ops 2, the zombies storyline, there was a small card that you had to pick up after round 50 on every fucking map. And it was called a CAC card. You would put them together, it would build a teleporter. I shit you not, you could be in one map, go through this teleporter, be in another map. All it was an Easter egg to the 115 generator in the original Black Ops Zombies.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I did it one time because I had a group of friends dedicated enough to do it.
It took us so long. It was me and one friend that did it. And it took us, honestly, probably about 18 hours of just playing zombies.
When you say relative to age, are you talking my age now or my age when I played the game?
Your age when you played the game.
Resident Evil 4 regenerators when I was about 7. Absolutely fucking terrifying.
See, I'm gonna go with a newer game, Alien Isolation on the hardest difficulty.
Okay,
in
you know
VR.
what? Yep, you know what? Okay, I've never played it in VR, but that game still absolutely terrified me.
That game scared the actual piss out of me.
Yeah, you know what? You're right, because that's the only game that made me wet myself.
That game had me by the balls the whole time.
But look, you upset Kyler when you pissed on yourself.
I think he has to go to work.
Yeah, he's got to go.
Nathan, no.
He's actually got to go to work now.
Yeah.
Trevor Blade says hello.
But yeah, I didn't think about Alien Isolation. I've never touched it in VR, but that game still scared the absolute
when I was a kid,
piss out of me.
When I was a kid, the blood crawlers from Resident Evil 1 when I was about 4.
Awesome. Slade says hello, Austin.
Okay.
Is it okay? Relative to age, on the PS1, I think I was 7 at the time. There was this game called Blaster Master.
Yeah.
This entire game presented itself underground. And that always just messed with me as a kid, because I'm like, you know, this does not look like a place I would want to be. These things are not things that I want to be seeing. This is upsetting.
Okay. I got another topic. If nobody does, anybody else have anything for this one?
I do.
All right, fire away.
So I will talk to you guys later.
All right, little brother. Later, man. Take it easy.
Later, guys.
All right. So new topic. I'm gonna leave Gabe's fire zone because I don't want to do this strike. This strike fucking sucks.
It's actually DJ's.
It was DJ's. I realized that as I hit the triangle button. But new topic.
Okay.
New topic. is weirdest off-the-wall games that nobody seems to know about but are extremely fun. And I'll start us off with a game for the PS2 called Shadows of Rome.
Played it, beat it, loved it.
That game is amazing.
Yes, it is.
Weirdest off-the-wall game that nobody's heard about but is fun to play.
Yeah, it's just like a weird game that didn't get a whole lot of like a whole lot of hype before it came out. Like nobody ever talked about Shadows of Rome when it was coming out, but it's such a good game.
A game for the DS I play called Battle of Giants Dragons. It literally has you controlling four different elemental dragons and just collecting crystals, fighting other dragons. It's kind of repetitive, but it's still a really solid game.
Okay.
It probably took me 5 hours to beat it.
I don't know, because I've never really been one to play off-the-wall games.
Like you never just picked up a game that kind of looked good. Alright, I've got another one.
Sit down and think about it, maybe.
No, you don't. Fuck.
DJ, do you got one?
He woke up. He woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning, actually.
Alright, so I've got another one. I have no idea what the title of this game was, but the premise of it was, you had creatures that you collected. It was like a collectible card game, kind of. But, you know the hexagonal, like, fields from Warhammer?
Yeah.
It was built on those, and you put your creatures on the board, and it was for, I think it was for the original Xbox or the 360. I don't remember which one. I think it was the original Xbox. But it was so good. And it
I was gonna say Skylanders, but it's not.
No, it was way before that. It was like the premise that Skylanders could possibly have been built upon.
Out of Troy Park.
Like it got no media coverage. It was a weird game, but it was so good. And another one was for the PlayStation 2. It was a Japanese only release. It was called Trapped. And it was the most fun game I have ever played in my entire life.
I got one.
Off the wall game.
Alright, go ahead, Trevor.
Pajama Sam.
Oh, another one, Beautiful Joe.
I love Beautiful Joe, dude.
Never played it, never heard of it.
Sorry about that.
Like a relaxing game that requires like you can literally just brain dead. Pokemon Puzzle Challenge.
Pokemon Snap.
I hated Pokemon Snap. Thought it was horrible.
Dude, I got all the secret photos in Pokemon Snap.
Did we come up with a new topic?
Yeah.
We are.
Most
obscure games, Dan.
Most fun games that you played that like literally like nobody has ever heard of.
Obscure games.
Yeah, I brought up Tomba earlier. There's a game that very few people actually know of. That is one of my favorite games known to man.
Yeah. Shit like that. Just like stuff that didn't get media coverage. It wasn't widely accepted upon release. I brought up Shadows of Rome for the PlayStation 2. It's actually by a company that is
no longer around. They made 2 games, Tomba and Tomba 2, and then just kind of
I guess I could throw Legend of the Dragoon into this pile because during the time it came out, Final Fantasy was just taking off. So
and it got left behind, yeah.
Yeah. Like it didn't make a whole lot of money. It took a team of I think 80 people 4 years to complete, and it was so good. It was I would die over that video game. I really would. I would die over Legend of the Dragoon. And it is the only game I will ever say that about. And if you guys haven't played it, you really need to, because it really is that fucking good.
I don't have a... I can't find a copy here, and I refuse to get one shipped to me, so...
Like, literally, my mom, for my birthday, bought me a PlayStation 1 and Legend of the Dragoon. And when it gets here, you guys probably won't see me for like 2 or 3 days. Because I will straight up no-life that video game for the rest of my existence and still have fun.
Obscure game, obscure. I'm thinking of another one. The Pokemon trading card game for the Game Boy.
See, that was widely that had so much media coverage, dude.
No, the trading card game for the Game Boy did not have almost any media coverage.
Dude, everybody at my school knew about that shit like the day it came out. We were all waiting for it, and it was booty.
I thought it was alright.
I lived in a little bitty ass town. I
Yeah,
lived in a town where I lived in a town where kindergarten through high school was all in the same fucking building.
Get out of my way, you little 5-year-old.
No, dude, the graduating class for my that school when I graduated was 87.
Dude, that's bigger than my senior class. My senior class was 55 people. But small high school. So
and literally, dude, you could walk from my grandma's house, which was at the edge of town, all the way to the park on the other end of town in 8 minutes.
Jesus,
Parasite Eve 1 got like literally no fucking. It got no media coverage whatsoever.
I've never even heard of that game.
Yeah, see, exactly. People have never heard of Parasite Eve 1, but it was absolutely amazing.
Spawn, that came out with the original Xbox.
Spawn. I was going to say that next, dude. I love Spawn.
That game, like, if you take, like, the original, like, PlayStation 2 Spider-Man, like, the very first Spider-Man game that came out where they did everything right.
Yeah,
like
Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah. And you put that up against Spawn, Spawn was better.
You know what? I'm going to add to it Easter eggs, actually. Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty for the PS2. If you looked at the boxes after you got onto the oil tanker, after the tanker part, you got on the oil rig. If you looked at the boxes, they actually said McFarlane Toys on it, which was meant to be an Easter egg to tell you that McFarlane
I've got another Metal Gear Easter egg.
Metal Gear Solid stuff.
I've got another. Killing the end before the boss fight.
Yep, I know about that one. I know about that one. I do it all the time because I hate his boss fight.
You shoot him in the wheelchair.
Yep. However, if you miss him in the wheelchair, that motherfucker's got arm. He's like, fucking Tokyo drifts in that wheelchair. It's hilarious.
I've never missed him. I didn't know that.
How do you kill the end? Do you trank him out, or do you just straight up kill him?
Dude, I have tried so hard to just like, in the boss fight, I've tried so hard to just straight up outplay him. I've only ever accomplished it one time.
I outplay him and I trank him to sleep. If you do that, you get his Mosin Nagant and his camo. I believe it's the Fear. If you trank him instead of kill him, you will get his camo. His camo causes you to go completely invisible. And as such, invincible. However, your stamina drain is unfucking real. Pretty much all the bosses, if you beat them through trank darts only, they have hidden stuff.
I've beat the end one time, and that's just straight up out sniping him. And that's because I got lucky and he spawned in the easy location. Up on the rocks.
Another relatively obscure game that I actually enjoyed as a kid was another PS1 game. I've never heard many people talk about it. It was called Croc.
The ROC?
Yes.
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 CROC.
That game was good.
Yeah.
Ty, the Tasmanian Tiger.
Oh my god, I still
never heard of that.
I played that.
I have both of them.
The first one was phenomenal. The second one, I feel, slacked off a little bit. There's another one. Video games that you believe the sequel is better than the original. Final Fantasy doesn't count. Alright, I have to count Destiny. I have to count
Because the sequel is absolutely better.
Yeah, but I feel like they're definitely going to turn Destiny into a trilogy. They make way too much fucking money off of it.
They're about to make their third one's already in development.
Yeah.
Well.
And we'll
so once the third one comes out, that won't count anymore.
4100. This is my level 680.
The sequel was lacking, or the sequel is lacking.
The sequel was better. The sequel was just flat out better.
See, I can't. I can't count Metal Gear Solid because every Metal Gear Solid progressively was better than the
No. It's only sequels of 2 games. That's why I'm not counting Silent Hill. Although I want to count Silent Hill because only 2 games are canon. 1 and 3.
But that doesn't count because 3's not technically a sequel. It's the sequel to 2.
No. 2 was not even part of the original story. 3 is the only part that's connected to Silent Hill 1.
Sequel. See, I have one game very heavily in mind.
So I really want to count Silent Hill because Silent Hill 3 was astronomically better than Silent Hill 1.
Tomba 2. That's literally the only thing I've got. Because that's the only 2 games that I've ever had that I've ever seen only had the 2 hit.
Super Ghouls and Ghosts was better than Ghosts and Goblins in almost every single way. Instead of dying in 1 hit, you could take, like, 3. You had slightly better... No, I'm thinking based on best armor, and in 1, if you're playing on the hardest difficulty, you die in 1 hit, fuck your armor. And I never played Ghouls and Ghosts or Super Ghosts and Goblins without...
I figured out that game. I figured out the game with the fucking octopus. I remember it. Super Monkey Island.
What? Yeah! That game was actually really fucking fun.
Alright, so if we're gonna bring up games like that, Ape Escape.
Okay.
Metal Gear Solid Ape Escape?
Oh, I think DJ's PlayStation just turned off. Well, I think the party's disbanding, boys. We'll have to continue this another day. Yeah. I mean, I've got to get some sleep. My nephew doesn't have school tomorrow, so I got to watch him all fucking day.
Call it soon.
Yeah, I'm calling it now, actually.
One more obscure game. Super Monkey Ball for the Game Boy Advance.
I'm going to go ahead and top that with Super Monkey Ball 2 was better than Super Monkey Ball 1.
No, I said obscure, not better.
Super Monkey Ball is a balancing game that you had to collect bananas in, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Fuck that game.
The speed runs for that game are fucking awesome.
Oh, they're fucking fun to watch because you're just like, how
watching
do
people
you do
flip
it?
the fucking map upside down so they can just zoom through the end. Oh yeah.
Yep. Oh. All right, fellas.
Yep, that's it, boys. Probably.